So in talking about that, discussing the next generation, I don't know about you, Chanel, but when I was applying for college, I was ambivalent applying to certain HBCUs because of course, colonization. But we hear things like, oh, if you go to an HBCU, you won't get a good job. If you go to an HBCU, you won't get that opportunity at a Fortune 500. Raise your hand if you ever heard that before. Yeah, and so I'm wondering for you, Candiace, and I'm happy I made my choice, period. But I'm wondering for you, Candiace, what advice would you give to HBCU students considering an HBCU education?
So I will tell you this short story. When I first decided that I wanted to attend an HBCU, I was talking to my parents about it, and my dad said to me, you know, I fully support you attending an HBCU. I think it's going to be a great experience. But I want you to be aware that the experience you will have at an HBCU may not be an accurate depiction of the way that the world is outside of that bubble. That's so good. And there is truth to that, but it should not be seen as a roadblock or as a detractor. I think in the best way, I was cocooned. The mentorship I received, the eyes that were on me, the cups that poured into me, I may not have gotten that if I had gone to UMD or Georgetown, which were schools that, because I was journalism major, I was looking at. But I would say you will know if it's for you. I'm a huge proponent of school visits. Definitely visit the campuses that you're interested in, and visualize, picture yourself there, do your own research, because every HBCU is not the same. They're not going to give you all the same things. So you have to find the village, the home that is for you. And if it's in you, you will thrive there, and that's only something that you will know.
And I'm also wondering, it sounds like you had parents that walked you through this process. How many of you have had parents that went to HBCUs as well? Yeah, okay. And so I'm wondering for you, Candiace, like, how would you say HBCUs, how we can do a better job of helping to lay that trajectory of building legacy and helping us to establish that legacy in the Black community of going to HBCUs?
That's a good question. I think that, recruitment is really important. Spaces like this where people who are maybe interested in attending an HBCU and don't know much about the experience can help them figure out what is for them and what's not for them. And it's really on us, much like, everything that Black people do. We thrive when we pass on the traditions, when we talk to each other about what's happening and what's going on. And I learned that from my parents, and they learned that from their parents, and even our ancestors. We survived because we talked to each other. And I think that same mantra applies here, in that when you are going through your experience, and when you finish your experience, it's your responsibility to then go back and say to, the youth, the Black youth of your community, this is something that you should consider, and here is why. And I'm an example. Exhibit A. This is Exhibit A. This is number one reason why you should consider it, and continue to use each other as examples. Yeah.
I love that. So Candiace just said our survival is contingent on passing information. That's a whole word. Can y'all repeat that? Our survival is contingent on passing information.
McDonald's Change of Fashion program is helping boost the careers of 5 rising Black designers. Why does it matter? We asked fashion journalist Zoe Washington.
Black culture has a major influence on fashion that helps the industry generate $350 billion in the U.S. alone, but only 7.3% of American designers are Black.
So McDonald's is helping boost the careers of 5 rising Black designers. Learn more on IG at We Are Golden.
Statistics provided by ZP.com as of 2021 and Statista.com.